All right, so good morning, Christine, Giselle, and Steve, and I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy in this interesting time. Um, Here is my presentation called the Triple H Campaign for Pomona Valley Habitat for Humanity. So, summary of our campaign is really two things now because of COVID-19. It was more focusing towards brand awareness, especially towards the housing situation that's going on, and along with promoting and educating the mission statement across social media, which, as I mentioned, there was a third one with donors, but because of COVID-19, we figured these two would be the more goal-oriented campaign just because of what's going on in this world for now. Um, so goals and strategy. Going off the goals, one of them is to familiarize people with the housing situation, which would lead to educating to the public Habitat for Humanity's purpose, and which also leads to increasing community engagement to help promote Habitat for Humanity's mission statement. You familiarize people with the housing situation, which increases engagement and helps promote the platform for Habitat for Humanity's mission statement. Strategy, now the individual strategies really measuring weekly impressions through social media, including Twitter, along with daily interactions from public responses through social media as well. Now, platforms, once again, I chose these three platforms just because Facebook has approximately 2.4 billion users across the globe. So it's very popular and very common. As for Instagram, around 1 billion users use the social media. 500 million actually use Instagram stories, which I'll show examples of them later on. As for Twitter, 63% of those users are from the ages 39 to the 65 range. So right here in front of the screen, these are just a basic breakdowns of platforms and statistics. So for Facebook, it's total of 4 posts. Followers have decreased by 10, and then this actually should say 15, but I'll fix that. 15 total as of today. And the engagement rate is 4% for Instagram. And these number of posts, these are the ones that we're just basing off the ones where I created the content. Created based off 3 posts for Instagram. Followers have decreased by 9, but the good news is there's still 233 followers as of today and a 6% engagement rate. Now Twitter, also 3 tweets. Followers increased to 2, so starting off a little low for now, but it's building. I have 2 followers as of today, and engagement rate is 15%. So both are growing. At least all platforms are growing. And this, again, these are the actual numbers, 15% for Twitter, 4 for Facebook, and 6 for Instagram. Now, these are some of these posts I chose because they have the most engagement, and 2, I really liked how the usage of hashtags are in. The one to the right is actually a little video that Habitat for Humanity made, so that was really nice of utilizing video footage to draw in eyes. And again, the hashtags, utilizing the hashtags in the text and including the link for 1. And of course, a little cute emoji at the end. Instagram post, this one I didn't create, but this one was established back when we were able to actually hold events. And this one, I really liked this little circus where you continue to swipe right, you see a bunch of engaging photos, and I like the usage of tagging specific partners and sponsors for donations. So this is definitely something to keep on doing whenever things are clear and be able to hold events again. Instagram stories, these were just stories that I created, and as I mentioned, around 500 million users utilize Instagram stories option, so it's a very engaging way to bring more attention to your page and also reach out and engage with your audience as well. So on the left, this was one I made for Pay It Forward Day, and I just simply have, whoop, sorry about that. Pomona Valley Habitat for Humanity thanks all healthcare workers, essential employees, and I just utilized this, a photo that Steve provided, hashtag Pay It Forward Day, and the little thank you icon on Instagram, which is basically when you're posting a story, you have that little, I would say that diagonal page looking icon, and you will see this thank you little creation. Now it's in the middle, so this car right here is actually a GIF. It's actually kind of moving. This one's just a little screenshot. This one is specifically for the car recycling campaign that's still actually ongoing. It's not ongoing, so this is actually not restricted to a specific time. It can be used, something like this can be used anytime. And then again, just a little reminder, key reminder to stay home. You also find that option in stories as well. And I utilized the hashtag just because, again, that was the campaign's main hashtag, the Habitat Humanity for provided. And again, it builds more engagement. But however, when using hashtags for Instagram stories, you want to limit yourself with those just a bit and use them to your advantage, such as this one. And again, it's going back to clicking the link in our bio, and that engages with people to visit your page and click the link in the bio as well. And then on the right is a Giving Tuesday. So this was simply just the logo that Steve provided. And once again, the message it's a call to action message because of Giving Tuesday is clicking the link in our bio to donate for hashtag Giving Tuesday, a few little cute emojis. And this also engages, once again, people to go to your bio and donate just in case they don't click on the post. And again, this one is a GIF as well. The hands are actually moving. And the Giving Tuesdays kind of lights up. This little option in the bottom right is a bar. This is very common in Instagram stories. So if you were on here, if this was posted, Instagram users have the option with their phones or their tablets, laptops, to drag this heart or whatever emoji you choose to all the way up, or to essentially it's a meter. So this one's just a little bit of an engagement type of tool with your audience, and I chose a heart because you're giving and there's a heart and it's generosity and it's about generosity. So that was why I choose the heart. And you can also do the same thing. You will find in the same area with where you find the GIF, these little icons as well. Twitter posts, these are the top 3 that I did through the campaign through Hootsuite. And again, I liked how everything was worded. It was short and sweet because it is a tweet. This one on the right side is actually a GIF as well. So that was what I really liked, and it was giving, and it gets people's attention a little more. And especially the graphic here, I really like the background with the kid and the cute little poster. That one was really cute. This one on the left is for the new Homes, Communities, and Hope Plus You campaign that we can discuss. And that's when I use the hashtag Habitat for Humanity, and again, a call to action. Nothing very, and it's not, it obviously not only is it engaging, but it's essentially a call to action for people to engage without physically coming into contact with anybody. In the middle, this was the second, the final I wouldn't say warning, but the final post to let people know that Giving Tuesday is still happening. The link is right here, a quick, simple link, and people can just easily click on that. And then the same thing on the right side, and I like the emphasis of capitalizing give. And again, the hashtag and the link. Facebook posts on the left side, again, I like the Cinco de Mayo reference, and again a little more same engagement, Giving Tuesday now, all over this one. Going forward, Facebook actually isn't really compatible with a whole lot of hashtags, but I do like the concept of this. And again, the link. And then Facebook, again, different one, the homes campaign. And again, I do like the emoji that gives a little bit of light without losing the message behind the post. It keeps it some humanity, of course, just like habits of humanity. Future metrics to track and measure. Again, continuing to use Hootsuite. That's a very clever idea. It's very organized, and it helps plan your posts, especially because there are a lot to post in specific campaigns, so across 3 platforms. So it can get a little daunting, and Hootsuite's very organizing. And in addition, it helps with you can get those analytics straight from all 3 platforms, and you can get those analytics for Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook from Hootsuite as well. Using hashtags and/or tags for Instagram stories and posts, and then tweets on Twitter. Again, that engages more people in the audience, and it is shown that when you use hashtags or stickers like the ones I've shown, that brings more people in and to visit and engage with your audience. And tagging other businesses or individual volunteers / employees, if they're in the post, especially for Facebook, that brings more attention not only to their business, of course, but you'll gain more engagement for your social media, because let's say a local business is tagged and they see it, they're more likely they have the personal incentive. They're gonna want to share to their audience. Oh, this is what we did. We helped with this house, with the Upland House, for example. We are this fundraiser, when it's safe, of course. And they'll see that, and their followers or their followers will want to visit yours too, and because they see that connection. And of course, when it is safe to host events, utilize geotagging for posts. And again, that's when you're going on Instagram Live, you will see an option for location with the little ping symbol. And again, that will put wherever you're at. So if you're in the Restore in Montclair, you can put the Restore's name or Montclair, California, just so and that way people will see that, because oftentimes if you post a specific city, that will it'll give you the option to post into that city's own story as well, on top of your personal one, of course. Kind of going off of this, utilizing Facebook Live or Instagram Live to promote events, and also that shows what's happening at the time, so that way people could tune in if they can't go visit the site in person, or actually want to drive out or walk out and travel and visit. And then also, just for campaign related posts, tracking the number of donations, that way to post just the monetary updates and results of it, obviously not the end of specific ones because of confidentiality, but just the numbers. Like an example, for example, Giving Tuesday results halfway in, we've raised $250 halfway. Please pitch and please continue to help us with this final push on #Giving Tuesday now, would be an example. And another final suggestion that I actually didn't include is on Instagram, you have the opportunity to track as a business, turn into a business account. So similar to what San Gabriel Valley's Instagram does, is you could have the opportunity to put yourself as a nonprofit organization, and you are able to gain analytics for there on top of Hootsuite. If you want to make your life a little more easier, or if you want to, that way you can go back and forth and determine, do you prefer Hootsuite's analytics or Instagram's individual analytics? And yeah, that's pretty much it. Any questions? I have my email address right here, and this is my cell phone number.